Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend and you had a more amazing past week. This is your Sunday weekly video tip, and today I want to talk with you guys about the concept of vulnerability. And it's a really big thing these days to hear about it. You can see it all over different types of videos, books, different speakers talking about it. When vulnerability came into my life as a concept, we'll say, I was always in a space of not speaking about the things that I really felt. And I hid a lot of the stuff in my life. Like, I am naturally known as a runner or somebody that will not speak about certain things that are really heavy on my heart. And I didn't feel at certain times in my life that I had a lot of great relationships that I was able to speak about a lot of those things and be very vulnerable in the space of that connection. And over the years, I've watched as my relationships have progressed, from love relationships to friendships to business colleagues, even to mentors and coaches in my life, where I'm now able to speak more of my truth and actually tell people like it is and not worry about being judged and not worry about, what they're going to think about me. Because in fact, it doesn't even really matter to me what they think about me. It just matters now for my own self in connection to be able to voice the things that I need to express and be who I really am so that I can be vulnerable and I can be real and I can be in my truth. And I really think that concept is a really big one when it comes to the world these days. And a lot of us have grown up in environments with different people in our lives that they never expressed those things to us, and they never taught us these things, or they never were vulnerable themselves. So therefore, we never were able to learn what vulnerability really meant. And a lot of the time in concept, it was about hide your feelings, don't talk about how you really feel, and don't stand inside of that space for long periods of time. And please don't mind my cat. She decides all the time to come onto video whenever I'm doing a video, especially one as heavy as vulnerability. But for that concept and for us these days, it's such a purity now because people are looking for more connection in their relationships. They're looking for authenticity. They're looking for people to be real. So how can you do that without being vulnerable? Brene Brown is a phenomenal author / speaker / trainer when it comes to vulnerability. She's written numerous books on the concept. One of her TED Talk videos is like the top 10 of TED Talks, and it's been watched millions and millions of times when it comes to vulnerability. But I'm inside of her book called Daring Greatly, which is an older book of hers. It's not her newest one. And in it talks the concept of vulnerability and of shame and of guilt. But there's this paragraph I want to read to you today about vulnerability, which is amazing. It says, "As children, we found ways to protect ourselves from vulnerability, from being hurt, diminished, and disappointed. We put on armor, we used our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors as weapons, and we learned how to make ourselves scarce and even to disappear. Now as adults, we realize that to live with courage, purpose, and connection, to be the person whom we long to be, we must again be vulnerable. We must take off the armor, put down the weapons, show up, and let ourselves be seen." And it's so true, this day and age in school, obviously kids are not expressing themselves because they feel like they might be bullied or people are not going to like them for who they are. And it's such an important thing when we're growing up in life to be liked. But I really feel, and especially us as adults, we need to start being real and teaching our kids to be real and authentic. Not everyone is going to like us, and that's okay, because those that are drawn to our light and drawn to our lives will be in connection with us. And our goal as a society and as humans and as people in this world is to bring forth that connection. And imagine if you're actually standing in your real authentic selves inside of your businesses, how much of an impact you can then make on your clients and make on the community at large through your products and services. So this week's message is to stand inside your vulnerability, express yourself, be who you are, go out to connect, remove your masks. I have very well been known in my past to wear tons of masks. I used to think that the only way to be was to have a mask on, and that is no longer the case unless I'm going to a masquerade ball. So be yourself, connect in there, express your thoughts. It's going to take some time. It's going to take you to step in, to have that courage to be in that space, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it. So from the desert in July, that's your Sunday tip this week. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.